Okay, so hold on. Got to change that. There. Okay, the civil war's going on. I was just marking out on it with the yellow pen. Didn't miss much. So the Russian Civil War. The provisional government was focusing them. This is all happening at the same time. Blah blah blah. So focusing each one separately. Okay, so the Russian Civil War. The blue are the provisional government, um, based in Moscow, and are effectively a military council leading everything, but they're making moves to become a republic, uh, or more democratic. In red, we have the remnants of the Soviet Union based out of Vladivostok. Um, yeah, it's holding a lot of the power over here. It's gonna be hard to hold them down. Uh, in the orange, a random. If you want the official law, look into the thing I'm writing. There'll be names of the generals who started this, but I don't have them now because I've not researched it. So I'm just currently writing the first bit still. And we have the Russian Federation up here. Well, not the Russian Federation. I can't give them that name. Just a different, a more conservative democracy up here, based out of St. Petersburg, as it was rebranded, or rebranded from a rebrand, if you get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, so it's not as simple as what is simple as for now. Rather, I might just spoil it kind of. So, the Soviet Union. It's weird calling him that. Oh my goodness, why? Thank you. Of course, sending troops all the way over to the far east of Siberia is going to be difficult, and they started launching partisan uprisings along the east to kind of gain control of these miserable areas that would be miserable to gain control over. It's also miserable to watch this happen, isn't it? Why am I having a fat lag spike? I gotta fix it soon. So the communists are pretty much like back, the biggest in terms of geography in Russia. See, my computer wanted the Soviets to win, man. What on earth? Thank you. Oh, it's not. It's just not gonna work, is it? Okay, I think that's a lag spike over. Anyways, yep, they keep pushing over towards the Urals, claiming these islands as they go. There's slight provisional government resistance. They can't do much to stop their advance up to here. So they go. The Soviet Union's probably back on the map now. Then this results in several more generals' uprisings that I'll go through in greater detail at different times, or what I just said a second ago, along the front, who defected from the provisional government and wanted proximity to the red, who they're more loyal to in terms of their ideologies. So there you go. So several more general uprisings there. And when a provisional government, you wonder how they're even going to survive this one. Especially because well, no, 'cause they're still fighting, but their army's mainly based around Moscow, obviously. Because since the army's based in Moscow, they start swiftly beating back the Federation, conservative of Russia here. Only a small amount though, because they can't really devote a big force to it, and they get about this far through. But in the midst of all this, more liberal Russia rose up in the south to preserve Russian democracy, and this is very bad for the preserve. Think what words I'm trying to say. What's the word? Provisional government. Who have no men here, and then the liberals are just storming through. They have a lot better generals, a lot better support, so yeah, they're looking pretty likely to do well in the civil war. They even managed to move up towards Belarus here and start claiming some of Central Asia. So yeah, the liberals are looking pretty good for themselves right now, and then the provisional government's holding on for life. Okay, moving down to Africa. Obviously, no one can intervene in this. So I say can intervene. People still will. So we have the new democratic DDR, and we have the CCR over here. So the CCR back, a very powerful nation. Once they get their land back over here, and ultimately, they kind of did what the Russians did in Siberia, but also have specials like pioneers ready to fight in this terrain. They start beating them back in the jungle, where they're pretty much unbeatable in. Some partisans rose up in their favour down here and up in the CAR. But that's about as far as I get right now. Maybe a few more partisans around Gabon. I know you think, yeah, it's what I wrote down. They unite some of this. So it's a very messy looking civil war, as all of these are. What is that? That's not even dirt, man. I don't know what that is. Moving over to Serbia now. Well, Yugoslavia still actually is on to Montenegro. The final nail in the coffin for Yugoslavia being everyone else gaining independence, or declaring independence rather. And this is a tricky situation for everyone else wanting to help, because Serbia's officially on their side. There's no Russia for them to be more supportive to, and they're not communist or anything. They're democratic. You know, it's a very weak democracy. Yeah, but these guys are also republics and they're anti-colonialists. But yeah, so they don't really know who to support. So they just leave it. It's like a mixed bag. This can happen as it happens. There's no funny American memes in Kosovo. There's nothing. So yeah, Serbia ignored the other ones because they're a bit tricky to deal with. But this time they declared war on Montenegro, Serbia, and Macedonia to how do you say? Oh, I forgot the words. I'm very tired right now. Where's the bloody word? Why can't I speak? Secure them, Yugoslavia. Oh no, there you go. I feel stupid right now. Anyways, in Albania actually join in, even though they're not meant to, because they want support here and here for maybe unification or something. So now Serbia's at war with all these guys. And maybe people do send some stuff in without them being really noticing it. Very sad moment for all my Kosovo fans out there, man. Thank you, USA. It's not going too well for them. Well, it's not going too well for anyone. There's only small little skirmishes along the border. Yeah, that's about as far as I get. That was like ass. Oh, there you go. That's about as far as I get. Well, I don't really want to do... No, that's what I was going to do, yeah. I don't want to do too much else while the civil war is going on, so what the earth needs time to stabilise for it to make sense, really. And also I'm going to focus on these civil wars. So we have the loyalist Arabian government here, who are currently at war. Oh, my brother just knocked my wall, scared the life out of me. With the Omanis, I think these weren't Yemenis, they were different guys. The Kuwaitians, Iraq, and Kurdistan's Iraq's problem, but officially it's also Arabia's problem. So yeah, that's kind of the stuff they got cracked down on for now. But a far right organisation has rose up in the northwest, along the Jordan, or the Jordan borders. The Jordans, yeah. A very Islamist thing. And then over in the centre we have some communists, as well as on us in general. Maybe a bit more up here, some partisans and something. And then with the royalist government in the blue. So this has gone a bit messy. But this one ends rather quickly though, with the nationalists crushing this pocket down here and taking advantage of the lack of garrison in the northwest. So this pretty much solidifies their position up here from very small beginnings. At this point they do a skirmish into Iraq, not even a skirmish, full invasion, and push to the Gulf of Aden. No, that's over here. No, that's down here. This is the Persian Gulf, right? Persian Sea. And then they push right across to Kuwait, because they stole modern armour from, or they bought it maybe, from Jordan, from the ITO, who, these guys didn't specify who they were, I guess, or they don't care being arms dealers, because arms have stopped making funny American memes. Anyways, yeah, and then they start pushing the communists back down here. And at this point they hold the most solidified position ever. That's the Yemenis join their cause. And this catches everyone off guard, because has a whole new front to defend. And then with the command of the troops the Yemenis had, they start an offensive into Yemen, whatever form Yemen is, or as a communist Arabia, I can't remember. At this point, they join up the fronts, and then these guys surrender. They lost their capital city. These guys are pushed back further. The UAE falls, and they finish off the south of Arabia. At this point, they sign a white peace of Iraq, because they have no want to garrison this at all. And the war and they give Kuwait independence for the same reason. They only did it just to stop other people getting hands on them. And Kurdistan stays a thing. So yeah, that's pretty smart maneuvers from them. They straight up annexed the... Who was it joining them? Yemen. They straight up annexed Yemen, but release Oman as a satellite, or keep Oman as a satellite. Okay. And Afghanistan will stay like that for a while. Of course, I don't really want to deal with that too quick. Anyways, yeah, so that's the end of that. Goodbye, my friend.